Right, the big news is that Cardiff have got another point. Hello and welcome back to more Careering Onwards with me, Mr. Grand 2, here with Liverpool, and we are back a lot sooner than we were last time, and we are still top of the Premier League, which is good. It's a relief. We've only played one league game since last time, but we are still 4 points clear of Manchester United and Tottenham, who we will be playing today because they are one of our rivals for this league title, and it's potentially a decisive game. We are going to be bringing you this one here today, as well as the game against Wolverhampton Wanderers, who are down in 15th, which is funny because they've caused us quite a lot of grief over the course of the save so far. So yes, back a lot quicker than we were last time after that excellent win against Man City. Just the 3 games have been played. I know, it's ridiculous. Anyway, a 3-0 win in the FA Cup third round against Exeter City. We are safely through to the 4th round, where we will play either Sheffield United or Luton. Hopefully we can win that competition again. We'll see how things go. A good result in the first leg of the League Cup semi-final against Spurs. Colin Nicholson getting the only goal in that one, so we are hopeful of going through to the final there. And then a 3-0 win against our former club Leicester City. Marko Vujovic and 2 from Pierre Foucher getting the job done and restoring the gap at the top of the table, which is very good indeed, and that gap could get bigger here today if we can beat Tottenham. Let's just do it. Let's just get it nice and secure, at least from them, and then we only have to worry about Manchester United to quite the same level. Cardiff playing Man City today, so I mean they've been rubbish too, so who knows, maybe Cardiff can get themselves another point. Now Jordan Richard is a little bit injured. He's out for 2 days. Well, he's not out for 2 days. He's got an injury for 2 days, which is a bruised thigh. So I'm gonna probably play him. I'm not really bothered by that. Ulrich had a bit of a knock, but he can come back in, and then we are looking pretty good indeed. Now the 2 new boys, I've not registered them yet. We can register them. We've got 2 spots, and one of them doesn't need to be registered anyway, so we can register them. Although it says Arnav's, does he need to be registered? We'll register him. Oh no, we can't, because we don't have enough English players. Ha! That's quite funny. That is quite funny. Is neither of them under 21? I guess because so brilliant, ridiculous. What stupid signings from the board. I'm just gonna not register them then. I mean, this guy could make a decent centre back actually, and that might be something we kind of need. So he can be registered. But yeah, at the moment, I'm not going to register Arnabs. I mean, we could drop out someone like Gravenberch, but well, I don't really think that's very fair. I don't think Ryan's done anything wrong, and I think that it's not. I didn't sign these guys. I wasn't going to sign them, and I don't want to sign them. So tough luck, mate. So the team then for this one, in this but potentially pretty decisive game, is going to be, as you would expect, Alisson in goal. Ulrich, Foucher, Girardeau is going to be at the back, though, alongside Foucher because, well, Lefebvre was suspended for the previous game. He's not suspended anymore, and I've just forgot to put him back in because I've just rushed into that. But Girardeau did play well, and actually Lefebvre has been pretty poor recently, so I'm fine with it. I'm not that fine with it, but I'm going to say I'm fine with it. Trent on the right-hand side, De Jong, Salvador Paqueta in the middle, Vujovic on the right, Richard on the left, Colin Nicholson through the middle. Mohamed Salah is missing from the bench because he's got a bit of an injury, which is annoying given the fact that Richard has got a bit of an injury. But we've got Vignato, and Sinchek can play there. Pedro can play there too, so we should be fine. Spurs, though, obviously pretty good. We know the threats they've got. Harry Kane is a pensioner by this point, 35 years old. He's slow, but he's still very good at putting the ball in the back of the net. Dele Alli, similar situation. The rest of the team, some good regens. They've got Verdú, who's very good indeed. Jesus Verdú, a player I've nearly signed a few times in the save. And then, of course, Thompson, Russell Thompson. He's blooming good. Scotland have got some amazing players, as we have discussed before. So let's just see. Right. I mean, keep the good run going. We're unbeaten still, don't forget that, until we play Wolves later, at least. Hopefully we can get a good result here. A lot of pressure on Girardeau, who I've mistakenly left in the lineup, but he's a good player, so hopefully he can do well for this one. And the first chance is going our way. Ulrich has been a bit of an incident with Thompson, but we've got away with it. Paqueta running through, he's been clattered by Nicolas Suarez, and it is a penalty which Lucas Paqueta will take in the absence of Mohamed Salah. He's not as good as Salah, at penalties, but he's not bad. He's not bad, dispatching that one away with ease, I think. Goalkeeper goes the right way, but cannot stretch far enough, and we've got the advantage. So good start at home, as you would expect us to. Well, we'd expect us to be doing pretty well. I'm just going to stop a second, because Chelsea are having a shocking season, as we talked about last time, down in 14th, but Leicester finally having a good run without us in charge. Have got Paulo Felicio getting himself 2 goals, which is lovely to see. I mean, we signed him when he was, what did we pay for him? 1.2 million from Rio Ave as a young whippersnapper. He didn't do too much. He did score a couple of goals for us, but yeah, he's become relatively good since then. His rating's pretty good, and he's having the season of his life so far. 12 goals in 19, 7.48 average rating, doing very nicely indeed. Good to see somebody who we are responsible for bringing to attention doing really well. Anyway, come back to half time. Richard's rating is poor at the moment. His fitness is also dropping. Vujovic cracks one against the post. Not as decisive as he was in the previous episode, but not bad. He has another opportunity, doesn't score it. I think Richard maybe was a bit of a mistake starting him. We're probably going to have to take him off relatively soon, because he's not playing well, and he's hurting. He's got a bruised thigh. That obviously hurts a lot. Free kick from Spurs in this second half, and well, it's Girardeau. Of course it is. Of course it is. He's given away a penalty. Normally it's Lefebvre that does that. Harry Kane is old. He can't run, but he can still score from the spot. Only his second of the season. He's dropped off considerably in terms of goal return, but that's a decisive one. Alisson, he's slow as well these days. Can't jump that quickly, and it's 1-1. Which is not really good. Felicio has now got a hat-trick, which is nice. If only we had him up front. Richard is going to come off because he's been very poor. Vignato on, and then, we're going to leave that for now. I'm going to bring on Sinchek in a minute, though. Can we reassert our dominance in this one, please? And cover up my mistake by putting the wrong centre back in. Salvador to Alexander-Arnold. He's been very limply robbed. We didn't get it back. We nearly did. We didn't, though. Verdú to Kane. Gomez on the left-hand side. Alisson, though, comfortably claims. This is the kind of game where I'd like to bring on Mohamed Salah, but unfortunately he's no longer with us for a few weeks. Alexander-Arnold, ball across. Vignato, Nicholson, both had the chance to score. Neither of them did at pretty much point-blank range. Great save from the Spurs goalkeeper. Another go, though. Ulrich across. Vujovic skies it. Right, with Sinchek on, and then Vignato. There's a choice between Pedro, who is not bad. He's not a natural, but he's not bad in that kind of position, or Moraldi. I'm gonna bring on Pedro. I think he's decent-ish in that kind of position. He's got the attributes to do it. He's not a natural, but he can do it. It doesn't look like it's going to happen, though. Time is ticking away. A draw is not awful as far as the gap to Spurs is concerned, but it is pretty poor as far as the gap to Man United is concerned, because they are gonna, if they win their game, bring us down to 2 points, which is not ideal. And there we go. Once again, brilliant stuff. We have thrown away 2 points. We're still unbeaten. That's good, isn't it? Brilliant. We're going to end up drawing more games than we're going to win at this point. It's our 8th draw of the season. 8 draws. It's not great, is it? We stay top, obviously, 4 points clear of Spurs. Unfortunately, Man United still yet to play. Right, well, Man United still have another game in hand, but they've won their next game 4-0 against Crystal Palace, as you would expect. Spurs have beaten Arsenal 4-3. 4-3. They scored in the 87th minute to get a winner, and that's nice, isn't it? So basically, they are now 1 point behind, although we've got a game in hand on them. Man United 2 points behind on their level on games with us. So we've got to win today, really. We have got to win today against Wolverhampton Wanderers, a team who have caused us a lot of grief in this save, but they are, I believe, the team who... this is the screen I want. They're the team who we did win the title again. No, it was we won it against Newcastle, didn't we? Yeah, but we still beat them. We still beat them after that. Anyway, so yeah, hopeful of a good result against a team who, yes, admittedly have caused us issues, but we did put that behind us last season. Now, Ulrich is not especially fit. Similar situation for Richard. Right, with Ulrich a little bit injured, I'm going to bring Rafinha in because he's perfectly good and fine and fit and raring to go. And then we're still missing Mohamed Salah. He should be back relatively soon, but not anytime right away. Lefebvre's come back in place of Girardo after he gave away that penalty. But otherwise, no changes. I'm going to leave Richard in there. And then Arnavs, I mean, is there any way we can register him without getting rid of anybody? There's no one we can just sort of creatively take out the squad, really, is there? Why? I mean, if he was younger, if he was under 21, it'd be fine. But he's 22, so yeah. I mean, he's pretty good, isn't he? He's pretty good. But anyway, not going to play today. Right then, Wolves. Dean Kane up top. He's not playing Superman in this universe. He's scoring goals for Wolves. Is he Harry Kane's son or brother? He wouldn't be his son, would he? He's 24. I'm assuming it's Harry Kane's cousin. It's Harry Kane's Midlands cousin. And well, yeah, they're going to cause us issues. We know that at Molineux. They're having a poor season though, so I'd back us, but then I'd back us to not keep throwing away points all the time and drawing games. We got to try and do this. 20 minutes nearly on the clock here, and nothing has happened. We need to be winning this game. We can't afford another draw because it's getting tight. It was looking really comfortable, and then I was like, yeah, let's go back and record. And now it's just like we've got two teams right close with us again, just like last year. I can't be dealing with it. Nicholson scored. Colin's the reliable man. His head looks incredibly thin these days. I mean, he's got the ginger hair, which we love, but his head is getting thinner and thinner every time I see him. Anyway, poor defensive clearance from Wolves. Colin can't believe his luck, and we're 1-0 up. Right, we've got the lead. We're completely dominating in terms of stats. They've not had a shot on target. They've had one shot. How are we going to gift them a goal? Probably from a set piece, isn't it? That's been kind of a theme of the goals we've conceded. I think I'm just going to check this because how tall is Foucher and how tall is Lefebvre? Right, so Foucher's 191 centimeters. That's pretty tall. Is it Lefebvre? Is he a small man? 190. So they're similar heights. I just feel that without Van Dijk, they're both very good defenders technically, and they're both very good, both from a defensive point of view and a sort of passing perspective, more or less. Lefebvre's passing is not amazing, but I just feel without Van Dijk, we kind of lack a little bit of, security at the back. Right, this second half is disappearing very rapidly, which is good. De Jong with a free kick, he doesn't seal it. Lafont tips it round the post. Would have been good if he'd done that in the Euro final against England, but there we go. We have restricted them to one shot so far, which I shouldn't have said because there's still time. Vujovic, though, has hopefully sealed it. Rafinha gets an assist. He's had to play second fiddle so far this season, but when he's been called upon, he has been very good. He's a very good player, still in the Brazil squad. It doesn't start for me there either, but he's good to have around. Vujovic, though, 12th of the season for him, and we are looking good for all 3 points. De Jong to seal it as well. And he does this time. Get it sit in the top corner. Excellent strike from Frankie de Jong to just completely put this one to bed. And that's very welcome indeed. And there we go. Surprisingly, away from home against Wolverhampton Wanderers, we do not draw. We do actually win. It's 3-0. It is 3-0, and that is very good indeed. And we go back to 4 points clear, albeit Man United with that game in hand could cut it down to 2 and probably will, but we're still top. We have been top for a while now. We're still unbeaten, and you can't moan about that. Now, there we go. What are we going to do next time then? Well, I don't think we will be back next time for the League Cup final if we get there. Obviously, we're not there yet. We've still got to get past Spurs in the second leg. So if we don't get to the final, then we will instead be back for something else instead. Potentially the second leg against Borussia Monchengladbach if we're throwing things away there. It would be nice to play them again, as they are sort of one season wonder of a team. But then I kind of maybe just want to go straight to the quarterfinals, assuming we even get past them, which is not a guarantee. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll certainly find out what happened against them, even if we don't actually show it, and we'll instead be back a little bit later on, depending on how things go. But anyway, we'll see what happens. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Hopefully, it will be the League Cup final, which will be against either Manchester City or Newcastle. But as said, depends on if we actually manage to go through or not. But whatever we're back for next time, I'm sure it'll be absolutely just thrilling and exciting. And, you know, I don't think anyone even watches up to this part of the video, do they? But if you do, post a comment, let me know, tell me, you know, make me feel happy. There we go. Thank you very much for watching. Leave a like, subscribe, all that sort of YouTube stuff, and I will see you next time.